Whimpering, I said, my voice trembling. Like what? This time he sounded more interested. I'm not sure. I think of some sort of animal, I said. Hold on. I heard the phone scuffle around a bit, then he spoke again. Looks like a small dog, he said. His bedroom window had a perfect view of my front door. Please don't think I'm crazy, but I swear I saw it shrink, I said, feeling like an idiot. Dead silence. Hello? I asked. Did you say shrink? Yeah, why? He paused for a moment and started up again. Here's what I want you to do. Stay where you are. Try not to make any noise. If anything changes you need to tell me, okay? I'm gonna grab my rifle, he said confidently. Okay, I whispered. About 2 minutes passed. I could hear Paul moving and doing stuff in his house. Finally, he came back on. Alright, I'm gonna open the window, he said. I peered around the corner and looked out the transom window. I could see his window slide open. I heard him rack his rifle. Alright, he said. I waited about 3 seconds until Paul spoke up again. I don't see anything there. As he said this, I realized that the whimpering had ceased. I can't hear the whimper anymore, I said. That's not good. Listen, I need you to make a decision. Either make a run for my house or I make a run to you. He exclaimed. Well, you have the firearm, so could you come here? I said. He sighed. All right. I'm coming. He hung up the phone. About 8 seconds later I heard his front door opening from my bedroom window. It took around a minute, but finally, I heard a knock on the door. Relief washed over me. I started to walk down the stairs. About halfway down, Paul shouted out to me. It's safe to come to the door. Hurry. I sped up and started to unlock the door when I remembered what my grandpa said. It can make sounds like a scream or mimic the voice of a loved one or friend to drag you in. I stopped in my tracks and started to back up from the door. I headed back up the stairs and decided to peer out my bedroom window. There in the street was Paul, not moving. I turned white as a ghost. The person at the door wasn't Paul. It was the creature. I didn't know what to do next, but I came up with a plan. I was going to distract the creature by throwing something behind my house. When I knew it was there, I was going to run out the front door into the street and grab Paul's firearm. When the creature comes back around, I will end it. If Paul knew what it was, he must have had silver bullets loaded. I grabbed a vase from the hallway and headed toward the bathroom again. I slowly started to open the window. I made sure the coast was clear and dropped the vase onto the ground. I heard the creature scurry away from the front deck. I quickly ran towards the front door. I unlocked it and swung it open. I made a break for Paul, who was now lifeless. I shouted at the creature, asking it to show itself. The road fell silent. After about 10 seconds I saw it galloping out from the side of my house on all fours. I raised the firearm and unloaded, closing my eyes. My eyes peeled open. The creature was in a fetal position on the ground, back onto me. This thing must have been 10 feet tall. It was huge. I racked the firearm and started to approach. Slowly but surely I crept my way up towards it. I was about 6 feet away. I raised the firearm again. The thing jumped up and ran away into the woods, whimpering the whole way. Finally, this thing was over. I pulled out my phone and called 911. I explained what happened, not expecting them to believe me. At this point, a few neighbors down the road were woken up by the shots and came to see what happened. The police arrived in about 15 minutes. Soon after that, black vans with tinted windows rolled up. Government. I knew right away why they were there. I was questioned all night. I wasn't allowed to stay in my house for about a month. I didn't want to stay either. The government offered to buy the house after I expressed my urge to leave.